Being a resolved woman, it's a couple different things, especially in this phase of my life, I would say. A few years ago, kind of in the middle of the pandemic, I found myself without a job, and I think it was kind of like a really big blessing in disguise. I think for the first time in my life at that point, I really had the opportunity to step back and like reflect on my life and where I was in life and where I really wanted to go, and whether, you know, what I was doing professionally was really fulfilling. And it was just a good time for me to really focus on me, I think, for the first time in a really long time. And I think one of the biggest things for me was motherhood. It was one of the things that I knew I really wanted. And I think during that time I realized I was so focused on my career, professionally, that it was something I was kind of putting on hold without really intending to. And so I realized that, I think for my husband and I, it was just, I think that was really like the next step for us. And so that, and then really thinking about like where I wanted to go next professionally. So even though it was a really hard time, right, because I've always identified with like being a really hard worker and like, strong performer, I think it just helped me really think and focus on me and my family. And so shortly after that, and a lot of it was kind of, having that faith and like trusting God to help me, get through the situation and like, believe that things would fall into place eventually. And so I was very blessed after a really hard time and other things that happened in my family. Lost, my grandpa and a cousin whom, we were really close to. Finding a job that was really, I felt, meant for me. And then like having that, like, I guess, like not being fearful of like, motherhood and like a balance of, my career and being a mom. And so today, fast forward, I am a proud mom of a 9-month-old baby, and we're expecting our second baby now, so due this summer. So it's been quite a journey, but I think that's one of the things that I feel, a resolved woman. Well, one of the situations definitely in my life that have led me to be a resolved woman have really been the hardships. So again, I think that moment, having lost my job and having been blindsided, I think although it was super hard at the time, it just really allowed me to step back and focus on me. One of the areas I think I still need to be resolved in, and it's something I go back and forth, especially, being a mom now of a 9-month-old baby and another one on the way. It's kind of like this, almost like dilemma of, like wanting my, still wanting to have like my career, but also wanting to focus on my babies. So like thinking about, the future and whether I want to maybe, put a hold on my job and my career for a while, and be like, like a mama, full-time mom. Not that you could be a part-time mom, but like focus on your, in my case, focus on my 2 babies. So I feel like that's one thing, I think God will show the way, I'm sure. But it's definitely one of the things that I feel like it's still unresolved. I am a resolved woman.